Can you guys hear me? Yeah. What up? Oh my god. What are these guys doing? This bison really wants to get his ass beat, huh? I'm gonna kill him. Jesus. God damn. Finally. Got his ass. Alright. How do you throw axe? It's a talent. It's pretty simple. Oh, your mom's doing better? Yeah, I went over there a bit ago. But she had like the mask on for breathing and shit. And so I couldn't really talk to her. But I was glad I at least got to see her. Olympus transferring? Yeah, I'm gonna go to Olympus. I like the server. I like a lot of the people on the server. People have been chill, to be honest. Like, everything's been good. And also, the server is, like, dominated primarily by green. And that's my faction. So, like, I kind of want to stay on this server. But, Olympus is my server with all my friends. So that's where I'm going. Yeah, I'll make that decision tomorrow. Hope you're in good spirits. That's to be determined. I'm not sure. We'll see tomorrow. I've got a big meeting with, it's like my dad, me, and pretty much the team of doctors that have been working with my mom. And, to decide, like, where to go from here. So, that's pretty much where we're at. This left my shit's hard. Yeah, it's been rough, man. Like, I've been eating, like, usually half of one meal a day. That's about all I can eat now. But, we'll see what happens. I try not to think about it too much. Empty those bags. Oh, apparently they're doing some crazy shit with, like, the crafting reagents and shit. Stop using mine. Wait, what the fuck? I'm encumbered. Oh, okay. Let me go, never mind. No, they're not mine. Alright. Is that kind of thing expensive in America? Yeah, she has coverage. Not really sure how much it'll be. I mean, I'm not, like, I'm not really thinking about the money right now. I'm just thinking about what's best for her. That's about it. You ever use encumbrance potions? No, I never even heard of it, actually. I've never heard of that ever. New event on Final Fantasy running quite a few months ago. Nah, it's not really worth getting because I have to level up the beast tribes, and I get the mounts already. Like, I looked at the rewards for it already, and the only unique item that you're able to get is it's like a jacket or something like that. Was because it apparently used to only be available for money in Korea, and this is the first time it's been made available in NA at all. And you can get it from this, but that's the only unique reward. Everything else is kind of just shortcuts, past grinds and stuff like that, which is not really something I'm not worried about. So, yeah. All they did is complain about the quick guy boosting. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I think that people don't really understand, like, I don't think boosting is a problem in WoW. I think WoW tokens are. I think boosting is just simply a, is the way that WoW tokens are bad. Boosting is a social thing that happens. Yeah, I don't mind the RP of boosting in a way, and I think that it should to a certain degree kind of be in the game, right? Is like the idea, like, I like the idea that you farm out one thing and then you trade your friend who farms out something else, and whether that be like resources or ability in a game or something like that. But I think that for a lot of high-end players, boosting is just the best way for them to make money, and that's why they do it. It's literally that simple. Well, tokens that are just pay to win. Oh yeah, you're right. You right. How many we get? 38. That's good. You love to see it. I gotta do these soon. Okay, so that's all done. Get some of this iron taken care of. Will you play PoE this league? Honestly, bro, like, I don't want to make a commitment to anything. Like, I've just got so much going on in my life right now. Like, I don't want to commit to anything. It's an understanding of the game and a little ambition. Oh, with like boosting? To me, it's this simple. People boost in the game because it's the most effective way to make gold as a hardcore player. It just is. And it's not a surprise that you know, Quick, who's a hardcore player in a lot of ways, is going to want to boost because it's the easiest way to make gold. So is it really his fault that he's taking advantage of a system, or is it the system's fault for existing? In my opinion, I think it's the system's fault. That's what I care about. It's always the system, man. Always the system. The individual is simply a symptom. It's Blizzard's fault? Yeah, and that's his responsibility now, because he's one of the leaders of Blizzard, to deal with that. But the problem is fundamentally the WoW token. Because boosting was never really an issue until the WoW token came in, and boosting has been in the game forever. What changed? The WoW token. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, exactly. That's effectively what I'm saying. So, like, if you want change, then just don't play when numbers drop. Just let go of the game. I'm not following what you're saying. Your WoW token, 90% of the game's problems will be fixed? No. If they remove the WoW token, about 5% of the game's problems will be fixed. And that 5% is only relevant for the top 20% of players. The WoW token, like, the main problem with WoW is the fact that they don't really know how to make good content. And that's a much bigger problem. Like, it's not just like take X or put Y in the game. It's like you have to have like that creative eye to know like what's a good decision and what's not. And it seems like the Blizzard devs have they've proven time and time again that they don't really have the capacity to understand the difference between the two things. Ruling WoW token would be hard to sell to execs. Oh, it would be, of course. And that's the thing. But here's a... So, this is something I tell people like about streams too, is that if the way that you have to rationalize a decision to your stream is through business, right? It's like, oh, this is good for... it's like, oh, sponsor streams are good for me because like it makes me money. The viewer doesn't care about the money. Like, the viewer cares about their content. So it doesn't really matter to the viewer about how much money you make or anything like that. It's just kind of a it's kind of a secondary thing. So if the justification for entertainment is that it makes you money, that's not a good justification for entertainment. So it doesn't really matter to me like what the executives think about it in a way, because it might be their decision, but it's not really about them. I'm thinking mind-blowing lack of fact. No, I don't think it's a major lack of empathy. I think it is, but it's a tactical lack of empathy. I think that they're very empathetic towards each other, not just necessarily the audience. I think that's basically what it is, and understanding the mind of one of the people who plays their game. But what I'm saying is that if you ever have to justify a decision that you're making with your content, whether this be a video game or a stream, by this is good for my business, and that's the only thing that that's an upside, then there's just no that doesn't matter to the audience. Like, the audience doesn't care about how much money you make. The audience doesn't care about how much stock prices go up or anything like that, and they're not entitled or obligated to. The only thing the audience cares about is playing a game, and that's what the issue is that you have it's a disassociation of goals. When I'm buying refining mats before maintenance, no, everybody already bought them all up. I'm not even gonna try. I don't give a fuck. So basically, Amazon, so like my understanding is they're nerfing it by 90%. Like, we're only going to be getting 10% of the refining materials that we were getting beforehand. It was insane. Yeah, like that seems insane. Yeah, like 90%. Like, what the fuck? Like sandpaper and stuff? Yeah, like I'm running chests all night. You can't. Isn't the maintenance in like less than 2 hours? They did this intentionally, and they withheld that information so people couldn't stockpile it. It's my assumption. They're getting ready to sell boost for it, that's why. That's possible, but like I don't really, to be honest with you, man, I don't think that's why. Not quite 90%. They just reverted it back to what it was. Well, what was it compared to what it is now? So like, if they, and this is just like, in my opinion, it's a very bad way of making decisions and like doing things, like just making huge like omega size changes. Like, you're going from 10% to 100%, or from 100% down to 10%. Like 75%. Well, I mean, like, the difference between like 75% and 90% is like, I feel like if they're nerfing it by 70, like they can nerf it by 50% and it would be fine. But I think any more than 50% is probably too much. I'm literally in combat with rabbits. People have already maxed out their skills. It's to slow down progression and keep people playing and not reaching the point when everything is done. Yeah, that's a big trap for game developers to try to take that approach. The reason why it's such a big trap is because there are certain grinds. Like, I'll give you an example. The grind for 3000 S tier or A tier fates. Are there S tier fates, or is it just A and B? I don't remember. Regardless, if you complete 3000 of them, you get a tiger that you can ride around in Final Fantasy. S rank? Yeah. It's both. I know it's both. Like, yeah, you can either get A or S. But, like, what I'm saying is that the the grind is so long that a lot of people will not even consider it because it takes so long. It doesn't really matter about anything else. Like, they'll just see 3,000 and they'll be like, well, I can get 5 a day, do the math, and call it a day. Oh, SRS 99s. Yeah, I mean, like, there are things like that for sure. And I don't really know if that's the right decision to go with or not. That's ranks only respawn every 48 72 hours. Yeah, that's true, but you are in like a link shell group that's cross-realm that's being announced. The different drops are being announced, or spawns are being announced, and you can transfer over. Like, you can probably kill, if you're talking about like A and S tier hunt mobs, you probably kill, like, I'd say 15 a day if you've just got it on your monitor and you're just paying attention to it for like 8 or 10 hours a day. That would be my assumption. Way more, really. Yeah, I would say somewhere around there. Maybe I'm not including all the A tiers because I know S tiers are much more rare. There's a lot of A ranks, yeah. So, yeah, that's 90% reduction with refining resources. That's insane. That is just insane. Bruh, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what you being a fucking aggro on you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Bruh. Wanna go back to WoW, all the conduits and crazy nonsense? I would play WoW, but I just don't really feel like it right now. That's all. I actually thought about playing WoW today. I'll probably come back and play really soon. Don't worry though, tier 5 stuff doesn't work though. No, they're fixing it in the patch. I'm pretty sure that they're, yeah, they're fixing the tier 5 staff and everything in the patch. NFTs, yeah. SOD Mythic Stream Pog. I don't really like raiding in WoW a whole lot anymore, because I just feel like Final Fantasy has so many things that just make raiding in WoW boring to me. Run early. Yeah, I wanted to play and get my 175 harvesting before they did the patch. Quit this game tonight. Watermark grind feels extremely pointless, and PoE on Friday. Yeah, the watermark grind, it sucks. And there's no other real way to say it, it just sucks. Why 175 before patch? Just, it's a personal goal, that's all. Had several friends quit New World over the past few days. Yeah, that's probably not a surprise, especially with like the way crafting is. Like some of the refining professions, things like blacksmithing and other stuff, it's very... It's like craft 500 iron gloves. I mean... Who the fuck wants to do that? Oh, is it fucking fishing? Oh my god, look at that. I've never seen that before, it's crazy. You going full constitution? Right now I've just got on all my harvesting gear, but usually yes. Seen the window dragging and vulnerability? Yeah, I saw that. Think you'll do Mage Tower for new warrior set? Yeah, I will. But yeah, anyway, it's disappointing to see like a 90% nerf, man. Like that just sounds sounds like it's too much, man. 90 fucking percent. Are you crazy? What do you mean? So, what are they nerfing? People don't know. Yeah. So basically, you know how like whenever you want to make lumber or you want to make like steel or star metal or any of the higher tier resources, you need to use a refining agent like sandpaper, flux, or tannin or something like that. So somebody else said it was only nerfed by 75%, but they're reducing the amount of those resources in the economy by somewhere around, it looks like 70 to 90%. The buff last week was only 15%. I was getting 700 each material on chest runs, now then 1200. Why? Well, the reason why is because they don't understand the pyramid structure of their crafting and how that pyramid structure causes more and more people to want to craft or need lower level resources. Like I think they just really don't understand their game and they don't understand economies. I'm glad that more people are seeing this, but I wish more people had listened to me during the beta, because I talked about this a lot, and I also talked about this like very early on in the game, and there's going to be more problems that the game is going to have. Like for example, because so Ori Chalcum ore is going to be worth less than iron ore, and it already kind of is, but it will become even less. And the reason why it will become even less is that the high tier secondary resources that you have a chance to farm from the Ori Chalcum ore they have such a high value, like void ore, cinnabar, like that kind of stuff. These things are extremely high value and they're needed for absolute in-game crafting. So you're going to see a lot of people who are going to be farming that, and what that's going to do is you're going to be adding in so much of this Ori Chalcum ore into the economy that it will have functionally no value. And this is the same thing that's happened for wire fiber as well. Wire fiber is the red thing, and it's actually the thing that I'm farming myself right now. I'm trying to get just so I can finish it. Oh fuck. I was reading chat. People just buy it, then deconstruct it into the material they need. No, because you can't deconstruct, you can only deconstruct refined materials. That's my understanding. So if something is a refined material, then it would imply that the lower level materials were already invested into it to begin with. $155 is only halfway to level 200 for crafting. Yeah, I've heard similar things. Got yoinked by purple using lag exploit today. Big lame. Yeah, it sucks, dude. And the thing with like the lag exploit and all that stuff is that it's very hard for Amazon to be able to tell who's doing this maliciously to gain an advantage and who's doing this unintentionally. So it's going to be hard for them to ban people, and that's probably why they're not going to ban people for it. So you're going to have people that are effectively cheating, and they're not going to get punished. Fix the bug, do a territory reset. I mean, they could do a lot of things. Yeah, I'm just going to throw away some of my silk threads. I don't really need this many of them. Almost there. 174. The exploit is getting fixed in the patch. Yeah, but the damage is still done. Only one green zone left on the map on my server. What about you? Green's doing very well on my server. Oh shit. But yeah, I think it's going to become even more of an issue. So here's another thing that's going to be an issue is that new players are going to... It's going to be very hard for new players to be able to find other people to play with and do like low-level dungeons. So for example, like finding a group for like Starstone dungeon is going to be incredibly hard to do, because in order to do that, you have to have other low-level players that are in the area. And the way that a lot of other MMOs handle this is they have like cross-realm features or cross-realm functions, something like Final Fantasy or like Warcraft. Like if you're trying to do a leveling dungeon, you just join a group and it's cross-realm, like some sort of dungeon finding mechanism. And the reason why they do that is because the servers, you wouldn't need a dungeon finder if the servers were bigger. But the servers are not bigger. The servers are smaller than vanilla WoW servers. Because a vanilla WoW server had like, how many people? Like 4 or 5K people on it? Or 3 to 4K. Yeah, 3 to 4K, like a larger server. So these servers are actually smaller than a vanilla WoW server. As to Dameron and help a friend, I'm 45 and I had a random 58 come help us because he was bored and couldn't find anyone else. Yeah. It's like, for example, now, like back whenever the game just came out, everybody was spamming for Amrine. Everybody wanted to do Amrine Expedition. Now, nobody does, because it's... Oh, there it is, boys. Fuck yes, dude. Alright. Where is the wire fiber? Let me look it up. Okay. Oh my god, idle. And... so there's a lot of wire fiber. I see, it's right over there. Okay. Let's go over there. Eden Grove, yeah, I see it now. Are you planning on playing WoW Classic Hardcore? No, it's zero fun to me. Like it's not zero, it's like negative fun. We bring the company in now? Oh, I have no idea. Like, I'm just doing my own thing, man. I'm sure some of my friends will transfer with me and we'll play on a new server together. That'll be nice. Looking to fuck in a classic properly, huh? Well, of course they are. It makes them money. I don't really care about classic hardcore, but I think it's good for the people that do. So, like, for example, just because I don't like it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just not something that I have an interest in. I think this game will receive enough love to give it a long lifespan. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I can't really give you a good answer to that. So bad, did you realize it 3 times? Do you mean like with New World or what? So yeah, I mean, like, just in general, the way that I look at like classic WoW and all that stuff is like they've already done that enough times. They've already kind of had that. Like, we did classic WoW, and like the truth is that classic WoW was enjoyable. Like, I didn't I didn't really hate, what do you call it? I didn't really hate classic WoW or anything like that, but it just kind of got boring. You know what I mean? Like, it was like I'm trying to think of like what a good way to explain it is. It was like inbreeding, you know? Like, you just kind of do it. It gets stale. Yeah, it got really stale. That's a good way to say it. And like, not only that, but like, there were people that were just like so delusionally invested into the game that like any sort of criticism towards the game was seen as, you know, like, oh, shun the non-believer. And that's the way that I felt about it. Okay, there we go. We have made so much fucking silk now. I don't even know how much silk I have. Let me see if I can pick everything up and then teleport back over to Windsward, and that I can craft a bunch of those. They're big problems, but obviously enjoy the game. Well, the thing is, like, me playing the game a lot, like, there will be a day, and this is the way that I play games. I go really, really hard on a game until I don't. And then at a certain point, I'm like, okay, I'm done, and I stop. And I don't really want to reach that point with New World, but of course I will. Okay, is there anything else I need to bring back to Windsward? Might as well bring that back over. Okay. Yeah, this should be good. And then I can just teleport back up and do this. Righteous Fire looking really good. I don't know if it's looking really good. Like, I did some research on it today. But yeah, like with Classic WoW, I would be very excited about Classic WoW if Blizzard really wanted to invest into making it, make it WoW 2. But they don't really want to. They just want to put in the least amount of effort possible and still have people get hyped up about the game, which I don't think is going to happen anymore. I don't think a lot of people want to do that. Okay. So silk gloves, and we have a bunch of leather, and we have a bunch of metal. I don't know about how many of these I need to make to get it up to 140, 150 or so. I guess I'll just make 70. Okay, let me just make sure I have everything ready. Yeah. Okay. Because now at Shadowlands are like meaningless, it's sad. Yeah, maybe. Didn't they get rid of Omar as well? Makes you wonder who's developing Classic. It's just like in general that, to me, I want to play a new experience, and Like with Path of Exile, the reason why people get excited about new leagues is that new things are good every single time. Like there are patches where certain builds are not as good as other patches, and now they don't really have that with WoW Classic. It's just warriors are still really good, but they're not as good as they were. But they're still the best thing. It's just boring. At 150, I start crafting something else. On min-maxes, you can cancel the crafting once you hit 150. Yeah, that's smart, man. I'm going to do that. Finally did quit during TBC Classic. Wonderful time. I'm glad for the memories I made. I would still raid in TBC Classic, but I just don't really want to have... I don't really know why I'm not really raiding in TBC Classic. I'd really have to think about it. Why am I not raiding in TBC Classic? It's just probably because it takes time, and I don't want to invest the time into it. That's about it. You die, you don't respawn boss. Yeah, and it's also wastes a lot of time. Wiping and trash is not fun. Motivation. Yeah, I just don't really have as much of a motivation for doing it. I'm gonna visit Rich during subathon. I'm not really sure if I will or not. I'm obviously very very about doing anything IRL right now because of my mom's health conditions and everything. So I'm not sure really if that's gonna happen or not. It's way easy to. Gameplay sucks, yeah. Yoshi-P, do you have more or less faith that Square Enix is making the game better? Yeah, I mean, I think they generally know what they're doing. Okay, so wire fiber. And this is where I have to make all that. Okay. 0.4. This is 0.2. Wow, that's really, really, really cheap. Holy fuck. I guess what I'll do is I'll try to cap mine, and then after I cap mine, I'll just buy the rest of it. I think in a lot of ways, New World does... A lot of the criticism for New World, some of it I think is stupid, but a lot of it I don't. I don't think is stupid. I think it's very fair. Okay, let's teleport over to here. My house yet? Yeah, I have 2 houses. Major issue with a New World war system, it breeds toxicity. What is toxic about the war system? Oh fuck. Yeah, nobody bought my wood. Motherfucker. People lagging out the server, it's lame. Yeah, that's true. I can definitely agree with you there. Ah, damn. 460. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to walk over there. It'll take forever, but who cares? It's clicky. But yeah, of course it is, right? Because the people that... I don't really think I think the war system would not be a problem if Outpost Rush worked, because then that would give PvP players the agency to go and do PvP on their own. But because there's no other way to do organized PvP besides wars, and wars are chosen by like the you know, the commanding faction or whatever, I think that's what sucks. So I think that's what the real problem is. War system also make people in clans report and ban others? No, it doesn't make them do that. Being pieces of shit makes them do that. That's not the war system's fault. Well, it is in a way, because like anybody, like I've said this before, that if you give people a way to fuck each other over, they will do it. And to a certain degree, if you're the person who's creating those ways, it's your fault whenever it's happening. I hate the player by the game. Yeah, I hate the player at the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think that the wars being cliquey is really a problem, because those are the companies and those are the people that are like investing into owning the fort, so it makes sense that they would have the agency to decide how they want to defend it. I think that's fair. But what I don't think is good is the fact that there's no other PvP alternative. If Outpost Rush was in the game, I think that people's concerns about wars would be pretty much zero. We started owning almost everything. Now we're reduced to Brightwood, which we've defended multiple times, lost attacks. So many people left Yellow that we're going to be screwed, and now Sony's company is leaving our server tomorrow like a bunch of quitters. Well, why would they want to play on a server where they're outnumbered or they're outmatched? Like, why would somebody want to play on a server where they're going to lose? What's the point of that? Get good? Well, if you have like, let's say there's like 300 people on the other team and you have like 70 people on your team, I don't really think that's a get good situation. I think that's get to another server where it's fair situation. I don't think that it's really ever I don't think it's ever really a good answer to tell somebody who is in an unfair situation that it's their fault that they're in the unfair situation, that if it's not like literally their fault, right? But like, this is just them playing on a server. Like, how would they know that? My slash played. It's not that much. I've only got 8 days, 16 hours. It's 40v400. Yeah, and this is the thing, is like, there's a lot of people that have never really experienced what it's like to be outnumbered. But like, even like, let's say it's 60-40. That means that the other team has 50% more people than you do. So for every 10 people you have, they have 15. Like, tell me if you're gonna do a match and your team has 10 people and the other team has 15 people, do you think you're gonna win or lose? I would assume that you're probably gonna fucking lose, because that's like such a massive difference in people. Now you can always say like, oh no, we'll win because we're way better than they are. But the thing is, like, a good player, most good players, this is what I've learned, do not want to just handicap themselves and fight a losing battle. Most of them want to play on even ground and be able to prove themselves as being better. That's what most people that are like very good at the game, I feel, want to do. Did you watch New World Order show today? No. Did they talk about me again? I mean, if they did, I'll watch a clip, but if they didn't, I mean, just not really much reason to watch. No, they didn't. Yeah, they do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? As I said, I don't really. I don't agree with the way that they see the game, and I think that people with their perspective actually hurts the game because it hand waves problems, and it doesn't actually make the problems go away. It just says, "Oh, these aren't real problems," and I think it basically insulates the game from receiving criticism that it needs. Go up through here. It's like missing the point of making something better. Yeah, exactly. Thoughts on Ashes of Creation and Lost Ark? My thoughts on Lost Ark are that I'm really excited for the game. Ashes of Creation, obviously I'm very excited for Ashes, but the game is not going to be out for a long period of time. So I'll reserve judgment until it actually is closer to being out. When do you think the first content patch will be for New World? They'll probably add something around Christmas. That's what I would assume. It probably won't be anything big, but it'll probably be something. And this is what I've said about New World multiple times before, is that I think that New World, of like any MMO that's come out recently, actually has one of the better foundations of a game. Like there are some, like I think that there are problems with the game that you could pretty much consolidate into planning, poor planning with like the economy, poor planning with like dungeon mechanisms, with like tuning orbs, and just general poor planning of the game. And then also collision. I would say just in general, collision in the game is, if I was going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I wouldn't be able to because I'd have to use a negative number. It's literal trash. It's one of the it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Let me go back over here. Told me there's only about 20% of first year's content out at the moment. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if that's true because, like, how do they know about the other 80%? But yeah, they do have to add in a lot of new content. But I think that the main thing, like, poor planning, like, whenever I say poor planning, I mean, like, I genuinely think that they should talk to people, like, people that have no life this game. Just absolutely no life the game. People that have played it for as long as I have. They should talk to me. Because I can tell you problems that this game is going to have that I can guarantee are going to happen. I can promise you these things are going to happen. And if they don't talk to people that have the insight, the only thing that's going to happen is they're going to have to do this one way or another. And they can either have everybody be pissed off or be able to solve the problem earlier. For example, well, I said the economy was going to be a really big issue. I said tuning orbs were going to be an issue because people were going to level up and then no groups were going to be out, and that's already happened. I said that the gold in the economy is a problem because it's so basically any social structure in the game has really only had about a 10-day to a 2-week trial period. So because the game has now existed for longer than the beta has existed, the New World team never has been able to playtest and understand how its systems will evolve throughout a longer period of time with less people playing and also with different types of motivations for resources. Because every beta test they did, everyone was super excited, everybody was, you know, playing the game constantly, and you never got to the lull period. And because they never got to the lull period, they never understood what the inadequacies of the system were, because they need to be shown through the lull period. They have an alpha test that lasted a year. You're right. But I think that, like, if you compare an alpha test, like, there's a reason why they did 3 beta tests, right? And I think, yes, obviously one big reason is for hype. You're right, if that's what you're thinking. But another reason is because they probably didn't really know what the fuck was going to happen. Legendary bowstring isn't even in the loot table. Yeah, I think there's like a scabbard or a hilt that's the same thing. As avid remote players, no way. With this game, I thought it was going to be good. I think this game can be good. I think it has a lot of really great things about it, and I don't see a reason for it not to be good. There's no reason for it to be bad. If this game is bad, there's no reason for it. Systems were made for a hardcore death system. I'm not sure, because they changed that over a year ago. And, like, for example, nobody leveled armoring to 200 in the beta. Nobody was able to game the system and realize that it was more efficient to craft 500 low-level items rather than 50 high-level items. No one figured that out until, like, very late into the game. You don't know that? Well, I kind of do, though, because like, I was very involved in both of the betas, and there were very few people who leveled any crafting materials or any crafting professions above 100, and most people didn't even do that. But that was obvious? Well, it wasn't, and the reason why it wasn't obvious is because nobody was doing it. Oh, okay, okay. It was obvious more people would do it. Well, no, because, like, it was just such a huge time commitment in order to level it up and everything. Like, even without that that stuff, like, it was still, like, a huge time commitment. Oh, this is really annoying. Hopefully I don't have to kill this thing. Yeah, I'm good. Is anyone even gathering during beta? Yeah, they were, but it wasn't as much as, obviously people would have been gathering. How the fuck do I get up there? Is it through, maybe it's through here? Oh, maybe it's up through here. Yeah, that's what it's gotta be. Shroud sitting comfortable on 200, most of his crafting. Yeah, but you also have to remember, like, Shroud is... Like, I'm assuming Shroud had, like, a lot of people from the stream, like, trade him tons of resources. Same as, like, a lot of the people that I know that got really high in crafting, they were fed resources by a lot of people. Like me, yeah, like me and a lot of other people, too. So, I don't really think that, and to say that because a very, very large streamer was able to be fed a bunch of resources into it and they were able to do it, that means it's okay. Like, I just think that's ridiculous. Path right, okay, thanks. I'll do that, man. Company is funneling, that's the only way. Yeah, exactly, because it's so... There's just so much you have to do. And like that's kind of cool. Like I'm okay with the amount of time it takes. What I'm not okay with is the strategy that is the most optimal for achieving the goal. Does that make sense? Like I think that's the problem. So like if the crafting takes a long time to get it to max, cool. Great. That's nice. But the issue is that the way that you level up the crafting is bad. Skill point intensive though, it's more newbie friendly. I think whenever you're talking about like crafting anything above like 150, that's not really for newbies. Like crafting in New World is very much an in-game activity. Spamming a single item, yeah, it's like you should not be spamming one item a dozen times, or not a dozen times, but you know, 6. Like the way that you level up armoring from 100 to 150, like one way is to make 600 silk gloves. Why would anybody want to do that? It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Is that one of them? No, it's not. I think it's up through... Oh, there's one right there. Okay, this is my first one. Alright, boys. Let's do it. Oh my god, look at them all. Damn. Nice. 600 for that one, too. Fortunately, they pooped the bed on making low and mid-level good, nearly non-existent, rare, and uncommon materials. Yeah. And it's just more about the devs not really understanding the way people are going to play the game. And this is always an issue with like a lot of development teams, is that they have like a lot of really cool ideas that sound good in a focus group of other developers, but whenever you actually implement those ideas into a player base, they completely fall apart. Okay, so it should be one more hour. This one too. This is so annoying. Oh my god. Oh, another one too. Fuck. Monster Dryad, I'm not gonna lose to anybody. These mobs are a joke to kill. It's not like I can't kill them, man. I'm good. A lot of servers are gonna die whenever the transfer goes live. Yeah, I think so, because nobody, like, why do you want to play on a dead server? Like, there's really only like 1 or 2 reasons to do that, right? You like less competition for resources, but many of the high-level resources that you're competing for are they're valueless anyway. You super whiny, holy shit. What do you think I'm whining about, villain? Yeah, I'm kind of curious because I feel like we've just been like talking about the game and just kind of like where we think it's going to go, like what's going to happen. I don't think anybody's really whining here. Free iron farming? Yeah, exactly. Where that? Oh, there it is. I see it now. Still number 1 Steam charts. Nobody left it, and it's not dying. like people from the other game dev studios have been wishing instead of working on modernizing their games. New World is still #1 on Steam. No, it's not. Why would you tell yourself something that's so so easily verifiably untrue? It's second. Let me see where it's at right now. Actually, let me do this first. Oh. Okay. Let me get to, I'll get up to the top of there and then I'll look for myself. I'm just gonna pull all these, just get them all out of the way. There we go. Okay, oh, it's right here. Yep, we're good. Fire nodes up the hill at the cave. You end up wanting to go over there. Cave's nasty. Deals plague bullshit if you're in there too long. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna deal with the plague bullshit. #3 peak, #2 right now. Yeah. See, to me, I don't really care about what the number of New World is. Like, I don't care about that because an MMO is not... New World, #1 right now. It does have it is #1 right now. So, the problem that I see, and this is like my concern for New World, is the trajectory. The trajectory is down. So the peak today was 478. The peak yesterday was 512. The peak the day before that was 566. That happens to every game. For how long, though? How long does a game's numbers go down until they stabilize? Probably game specific. Yeah, very true. Keep spamming weekend? Wait, there's no way you actually think it's because of the weekend, right? Yeah. That's not the reason. And also, even if it is, I bet next weekend's peak will be lower than the previous weekend's peak. Population, would the game need to stabilize for it to be viable? It depends, right? I think that server transfer might have an effect on that. Yeah, it probably will. Here's like my my main thoughts about this is that if you look at the way that the systems are going and a lot of the max level experience, I think that it's not very very enjoyable. There are some things that are good, like gathering and that kind of stuff. I think these are good. But there are many other things that are not. And the more that people play the game, the more people get to that max level, that's going to be the more people who will realize that it's an issue. And that's what I'm mainly concerned about. There's a bear in here? Wait, what the fuck? There's no way there's a bear in here. Why the fuck they say there's a bear in here? There's no bear in here. I went in here looking for a bear. There ain't no bear. Maybe Mr. Bear's over here. I kind of want to see if there's a bear. Seems like there's not. Or at least nowhere in this area. Maybe these guys were after me. Okay. Someone killed it? Yeah, I've never seen a bear over there. There is? I've killed it before? Yeah, maybe. I've never seen it though. Anyway, what I think is going to happen is I think the game will have a pretty sharp drop-off once people's honeymoon period wears off. And then after that happens, I think the game will decline in players a lot. And I think that's already starting to happen. But it will continue to happen more. It's actually pretty good. I don't think anybody's going to buy it though, realistically. They announced bulk transfers in WoW. I did see that. That was a good decision. I'm glad they did that. Yeah, that's just a, that's actually a W for WoW. It's something I suggested a long time ago. It's a good idea. Do you think Endwalker release will affect New World numbers? I think the release of any big game like that would affect other games. Like PoE will affect New World. Like let's say if WoW brought out a patch. Like, I'm sure that, like, even during Endwalker, whenever 9.2 comes out, there will probably be less people playing Final Fantasy and more people playing WoW. Because people will want to try out the new content. That's just the way gaming is nowadays. And it's a good thing to try out new games too. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's not like you're cheating on your favorite video game or something like that. I think oh, there's one right over there. Ah, he aggroed. Fuck. Fuck. Well, now I gotta deal with 2 of them. 3 of them. I don't like how aggro works in this game, and people can like aggro mobs onto you. It's stupid. What'd I get? Fire Staff of the Warden. Okay, there we go. Game devs jam season passes down people's throats, then wonder why people treat their persistent games as seasonal. Well, I think it's the players. If the players want to not have that stuff in the games, they need to stop buying it. The problem is that players buy it. If nobody bought the stuff and everybody just got really mad and it just cost the game a lot of goodwill with the player base, then it would never happen. The problem is that the player base is pretty much okay with it. People are pretty much okay with a lot of the stupid like pay-to-win stuff, and not really pay-to-win, but like microtransactions in games. They don't really care, because one thing game developers, and like this is also like streamers, doesn't really matter like what a streamer does, they'll always have people that will defend like whatever they're gonna do. Like there's people that watch Arcadem and defend him, right? Or they'll watch you know, whichever other streamer had like some sort of you know, scandal where it seemed kind of obvious that they were in the wrong. Heard of Tibia? Oh no, I'm not playing that shit. Blue light lotion. Oh yeah, I saw the Valkyrie thing. Like I'm not really a doctor. I don't know what blue light is or any of that other shit, but I feel like beauty products for female influencers is like cryptocurrency for male influencers. Like if you're a guy and you want to make some money off your audience, you sell them a crypto, and if you're a girl, you sell them a beauty product. Upper Echelon Games New World video. We can watch that after the servers go down, because they're going to go down in 45 minutes. One patch per year. Current validates everything. Issue right now. They see everything seasonal. That's mainly a WoW problem. But yeah, WoW, I don't know. I don't want to think about just like the stupid shit in that game anymore. I'm just so tired of it. The people that are running the game are morons. They don't know anything about it. And I do think that amidst a lot of the stupid changes that have to do with protecting the sensitivities of the 5 most mentally ill people that work at the office, there actually have been a number of very good like quality of life changes made to WoW. But they need to do a lot more. Zackrawrr selling Bruce friends on Twitter. Yeah, as I said, I know this might upset some people. I really don't think that's a big deal. And the reason why I don't think it's a big deal is because boosting is bad. Yes, boosting is absolutely bad. However, if it's in the game, people are going to do it. That's just the way that that works. That's just what's going to happen. If you add boosting into the game, if you let people boost, they will do it. You'll have boosting in New World for different things. You'll have boosting in every single game. You have boosting in Final Fantasy as well. Oh, bro, like I wish games just had subs and no microtransactions. That's what I would prefer. Just like WoW. Well, just like WoW used to be. Now it's got microtransactions and a sub. You Reddit went rabid about the boosting drama. I think there's a lot of people on my Reddit who are just they're poised to be upset about anything that's regarding Blizzard. So it's not like this is being looked at from a objective point of view. A lot of the people that are part of my community are, you know, multi-year like WoW veterans, and a lot of us are really frustrated to see like where the game has gone. So they're probably going to interpret it in a much more uncharitable way. than, let's say, I would, or somebody who's not as invested or previously invested would interpret it. Okay. I'm actually about done with this area. I'll go back over here and just loot this area until my inventory's full. Then I'll run back. Or hearth back. Max defended might. I think boosting is bad and it shouldn't be in the game. Not with the WoW token. But it is in the game, and you can expect somebody who's a serious player to take advantage of it. I don't think it's fair to expect people to handicap themselves. It seems silly to do. It's naive idealism. It's like, well, we've got this thing that's like really, really useful and it saves you a ton of time and makes you way more gold than anything else, but don't you fucking do it. Like, no, man. People are gonna do it. Makes you feel dumb if you don't do it? Yeah, exactly. How can you possibly remove boosting? If Blizzard really wanted to remove boosting, it would be difficult for them to do it. However, it would not be impossible. But the problem with removing boosting is whenever you're trying to figure out like what constitutes as a boost. Is playing with your girlfriend a boost? Is it only a boost whenever currency is exchanged? Is there a level of boosting that's okay and a level of boosting that's not okay? Is paying somebody to join their group boosting, even though you're pulling your own weight? It's like GDKP, right? Or something like that. Like, that's the problem. And like, so trying to arbitrate like what boosting is actually really hard because everybody has so many different definitions for it. Do you see kind of like what I'm saying? I think the real problem, I said before, right? The real problem with all of this is the WoW token. That is the main issue. Boosting is just simply a symptom of that issue. Somebody in mind put effort into dealing with all the gold selling. Token was the easy way out. You're right. And they sold the player base out because they didn't want to hire customer service. That's exactly what happened. They could have hired customer service and dealt with it, and they chose not to because it cost money, and now they're dealing with the consequences. Which BM do you prefer? Free-to-play microtransactions versus sub fee over $45? Nobody's going to pay a $45 sub fee. I think that developers create these imaginary dichotomies in order to rationalize bad design decisions and things that are not good for players. But the truth is, I don't think either one of those things needs to exist. Oh, fuck. I'm actually going to get blighted here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Because I looted that and it encumbered me. Okay. Yeah, blighted makes you do like way less damage. For our sub fee over box price only. Here's what I want. Okay, this is what I want out of it. I want exactly what we got with like Burning Crusade and Vanilla and like most of Wrath of the Lich King. You buy the game, you have large expansions that maybe you pay for the expansions too, and you have a sub fee, and you have 0 microtransactions, period. 0 microtransactions, none. I think also you should have a free-to-play version of the game that is limited in nature, but it basically blue balls people into paying for the game. I think Final Fantasy does a great job for that. Expansions included with sub. I think they could do something like if you've been sub for the last year, you get the expansion for free, or like 70% off or something like that. That'd be fine. Okay. Let me pause. Yeah. But overall, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal that you have to buy an expansion. Like every 2 years, you have to spend $40. I don't know. I think that's like, there's a certain amount of like kind of common sense that makes me not really worry about that as much, because really the price of like Warcraft has not gone up. Whenever you think about it, has not gone up in 15 years. There are very few things that have not changed price in 15 years. Quality's gone down now? Yeah, but somehow they managed to spend even more money on it. Imagine that. I'll just recall to my house. I've got to wait for Blighted to go away. Very good game. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, many commodities stay same price. McDonald's has absolutely gone up in price in the last 15 years. As somebody who is an expert in the price of McDonald's, it has absolutely gone up. And Coca-Cola at McDonald's was famously $1 for like until like 2 years ago or a year ago, and now it's $1.50. So that's not true. And then if you look at a lot of other places that sell a large 44-ounce drink, and some of them still even sell only a 32-ounce drink, and it's usually $2.70. It's $1 at my location. Well, fuck you guys. Yeah. Yeah. $4 for a 2L at Domino's, yeah. But like, I think it kind of makes sense that the amount of like research and time and development that goes into just like making a game now is like much higher than what it was in 2005. $5 footlongs? Yeah, I remember that. How could I forget? How much is Sandflux on your server? I don't know. People are probably just like overpricing it like crazy because they don't know like what it's going to be. Alright boys, let's see how many of these I'm going to be able to make. I'll make this too right now. Satini, yeah, we'll do Satini. Oh, if Jared's still in prison? I forgot even what that even was. It's some weird ass bullshit. Okay, here we go. Do you watch Low Tier God? I'm not sure who that is. Alright, 209. So what do we have to do here? So we used hand wraps, is that it? Is this the crafting material that we go with? Disrespect? Oh, because I don't know who he is? Yeah. Yeah. Let me think about this though. So like, silk gloves are 675, and infused silk is only 1,395, so it's 1,400. This is basically about double. It's probably about the same. Yeah, I'm just gonna start using it. Who cares? Okay, this one right here, guys. What do you think? Yes. All right, boys. Here we go. See how far we go. Those are more silk. Wait, what? Wrong ones, Lamau. Which ones should I be using? Other ones take 4 silk. Okay, let me find that. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Okay. Infused silk gloves. This is what we go with? Right here? Do we hit it? Alright, let's do it. It's giving me a lot. You only need 989 to hit 200. So I need to make 989 of these. And I've just made 52. Oh man. That's a lot. Cost you over 200 coins just to craft at the station? I actually don't even know how much it was for tax. Probably good that I don't know how much it was. It's 200? That's a lot. Yeah, I think they're removing too much gold from the economy. Mobile game levels of grinding? Yeah, some of it is just like really, really, really intense. I actually don't think this is the main problem. I think the main I think the main problem is the crafting methods. Shadow, I got 200. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, max crafting in 500 hours. That's not bad. Yeah. Space Rar skip crafting. I don't even care anymore. It's whatever. More ways to generate gold. Yeah, they do. They just need vendors that you can sell things to. That's all. Seems like a pretty simple solution. Infused silk selling for $11 at Windward. I'll look and see for myself in a minute. Okay. See if the purple ones are any good. 473. Wow. Incredible. It's actually pretty good. Vendoring it. Okay. How do you quick salvage? Control S. Scale cloth, blister reef, T5. I just looted, and you can also loot it at a chest too. Yeah, there's so many of these that I have to do. It's crazy. Full bags again? Yeah, I've just got constant full bags. Like, it's just, oh my god. It's such a burden. Oh, actually, I forgot I learned this, this item here. Waning Crescent. Fire Crystal Core. I wonder if I have one of these. Barb Vine. It's 590 item level, but there's no gem in it. This thing actually kind of sucks. See, this boy RuneScape based on his on crafting in the game? Yeah, probably. I think the main issue that I have with the crafting, maybe I should just do this, just like craft 1,000,000 weak health potions. Like, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, this Arcana skill. Ebonwood? The fuck is Ebonwood? I've never looted Ebonwood before. Why would anybody have that? These suck. Oh, this one's really good. That one's really good. Holy shit. Okay, and I made potions, the HP and mana one. Yeah. You never made potions while leveling? No, why the fuck would I need that? Just do the fight. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, just kill the boss. Prior to get first few levels, since you can craft a camp. Yeah, I'm just looking for something to like do with all my inventory, because I have so many things. It's just insane, man. Can put all that away. Can put all this away. Okay. Cooking. Let's see how much of this I can put away too. Blight and corruption potions make the fight so much more easy. Yeah, like, I think the blight and corruption stuff is stupid. I think it's just like, Amazon just like invented this problem. You know, it's like blight. I think blight just sucks. Just use potions? Yeah. I think the way that potions and like blight and corruption potions are designed in the game is very bad. Because blight is an oppressive major problem if you don't have potions. But if you do have potions, it doesn't matter. Because it just makes you effectively immune to it. I don't like that. Make the potions? Well, then why though? It's just a it's an unnecessary mechanic. Like if blight was taken out of the game and blight potions were taken out of the game, nothing would change. We disagree? Well, why though? I like blight more than corruption though. I think they're both garbage. Disagree totally. So you think that it's okay that there's just there's like a thing in the game that basically completely fucks you over unless you craft this resource. You craft this item that just makes it completely negligible. I think that's garbage. I think it's just such bad design. Because there's no skill involved at all. It's not interesting at all. It's just a check. It's like you're going to the grocery store and you just have an extra thing on your list. Why? Same as Classic? It's not the same as Classic. Whenever you use a frost resistance potion, you don't become immune to frost damage. Oni Cape for the win. Yeah. It was like effectively a gating mechanism. The Nixia Cloak was. Survival games use layers of tension, a list of unneeded mechanics. Well, New World isn't a survival game, it's an MMO. It doesn't really have any survival mechanics at all. Like, what survival mechanics does New World have? Potion doesn't make you immune, it just slows the effects. No, I've done one of the Blight potions before, whenever I fought the Well Guardian, and it effectively makes you immune. Like, you're never gonna get blighted if you have the potion on, unless you really, really try. For Untamed Well Guardian, pops potion right before and sit at 660 out of 60 the whole fight. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you didn't have to pop that potion, your experience as a player would be the exact same. I think the best example of this is that it's Stone Shield potions in Warcraft for tanking. Like in Vanilla WoW, I think Stone Shield potions are complete garbage. Absolute and complete garbage. Because all they are is a resource check. You are just, there's no dynamic game, there's no decision making with this, there's nothing. You just hit the button and that's it. And this is why I think the Blight potions are bad too. Is because they're just kind of they're a check. Do you think of Hunter ammo then? I think the ammo could be more interesting rather than it just doing more damage. Because, like, it would probably be, like, in Valheim, I compare these problems to Valheim problems a lot. And, for example, in Valheim, I just make wood arrows. It's not worth the time to make the other arrows. The only time that I ever use, like, the needle arrows or the obsidian arrows or anything like that is if I'm fighting a boss. So, I'm not really a big fan of the, oh, you just spend more resources to make these arrows instead. A certain level of skill to understanding the mechanics of the game and not unga bunging every encounter. Well, this is unga bungaing every encounter because you just put on the potion and you unga bunga. Like, that's exactly what it is. That's why I have a problem with it. What would make the arrows better? Elemental types? Yeah, like elemental types, one that like maybe does a dot that you can't use all the time or something like that. Yeah. Elemental type arrows. Yeah, there's a number of things they could do differently. Potions help gate content. I mean, are blight potions really that hard to make? They're pretty easy to make. They're just annoying. Why am I not PvP enabled? If I'm being a streamer, it's like not very fun to do like PvP, because people will they'll just attack you. Probably should go farm some more of this stuff. I need to do this too. Guess I can go over there and do that. There's also no benefit the PvP flag at 60. Well, it's to play the game, right? I mean, you like PvP. That's why people would PvP flag. But I don't really enjoy it. I think if I wasn't a streamer, and if I was just playing on a random character, I think I'd probably do it more. But as a streamer, it takes the fun out of it for me. Thoughts on the Valkyrie skincare scam? Did she fuck her career? Well, obviously not, whenever everybody that was replying to the tweet was congratulating her and saying how happy they are for her. Including a lot of, like, most other content creators aside from a handful. I don't think that it's gonna really damage her at all. What's your PvP on? I guess you're not just good enough? No, it's the other streamers that have PvP on probably have 100 or 200 viewers. People are not going to go out of their way to like stream snipe a random person. This hero gets 2K viewers. Yeah, but like there's a pretty big difference between like 1 or 2K viewers versus whenever I'm playing on my alt stream even, and like my main stream gets a lot more than 1 to 2K viewers. Like there's somebody can make a YouTube video about stream sniping Asmongold and probably get a lot more views than stream sniping some other like random 1 or 2K indie streamer. Yeah, and I just don't have fun doing it. It actively makes me enjoy the game less, to know that I always have to like watch my back and worry about people trying to force themselves into being content on my stream or forcing themselves into like what I'm doing. I don't enjoy it, and I find it intrusive and unfun. That people actually think playing a server go out of their way to kill you? A lot. Yeah, a lot. I guarantee you. Okay. Why is body blocking still in the game? As I said, I think they should take it out for expeditions. That's the first thing they should do. They should just like add that into the patch notes whenever they put the servers down. I'm even actually gonna kill you though. Well, even if I don't actually kill them, or sorry, even if they don't really kill me and I kill them, they're still wasting my time. And they're still forcing themselves onto my stream in a way that I don't want to deal with. I don't enjoy that, and I had to deal with it a lot in Classic WoW, and it made me not want to play the game. Now, I usually just play video games to relax and just kick back and do what I want. So as soon as somebody tries to change that or make that more frustrating for me, then I'm not having fun in the game anymore. If I want to play a competitive game or something like that, I'll do that. But if I just want to run around and relax, I don't want to be chased down by people. Does your stream help you PP? Or do I have PP? Well, of course, right? Because there's a much bigger reward. Like, there's a bigger incentive for somebody to come kill me than somebody to come help me. Like, somebody would rather say, hey, I killed Asmongold than I helped Asmongold. So it would make sense that there would be more people that would, like, go out of their way to attack me. Like, the reason why I do things the way that I do, and the reason why I didn't want to play on a PvP server in Classic WoW, is because I understand how people think really, really well. Like, I'm really, really good at it. And that's how I'm able to make popular streams. That's why my reaction videos are so popular, is because I am able to understand that. And it's something that I've worked on over the years, and I've learned. So whenever I say something like this, it's not just like my opinion that's like unbiased, or not unbiased, but it's to a degree unbiased, but of course it's biased to an extent too. But this is with like many years of experience, many years. And I'll start Final Fantasy pretty well. Well, the way that I handled the start of Final Fantasy, the reason why I was able to handle Final Fantasy so well is because the people who were being annoying on my screen got banned. But for example, in Warcraft with like Classic WoW, like that didn't happen. So I just had to deal with it. And also there was no like real PvP. There was nothing that somebody could really do other than standing in the front of my screen, which they did a lot of. Sniper chocobo races, I guess. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna take a while. No, it's not like you. It's fact. I noticed that. Yeah, like I've played video games a lot, like as both a streamer and also just a player for many years. So I can kind of tell. Oh, what the fuck? Damn. Okay. What up, bro? Damn. They don't play around. Okay. Will you try No Pixel? Maybe some point in the future. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't really have plans to, but oh fuck, I gotta aggro another one. Man, these things are annoying to kill. They've got so much health. No Pixel is hard to get into, to set up. Yeah, I'll be able to figure it out though. I mean, I'm sure I have like friends that could help me. I guess I'll kill this one first. I don't really know what to kill first. Oh, I've got two of them here. I guess I'll just kill this one then. That's annoying. Oh my god, another one. Man, this place sucks. I gotta dodge some attacks. It's kind of hard to tell what these things are gonna do. There we go. Things suck to deal with his melee. I don't worry about it, just kill him. It's that easy. The fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Can I kill this many of them? I can try. Yeah, I'll try to kill him. Why not? Big water is bugged on my server. His quests are impossible. No, it'll be fine. I'll just do it. Okay. Where's that? Where are they at? Oh, they're all right there. Okay. Let's go, boys. Fuck out of here. Oh, now we got all these too. Oh, I've got to wait for my buff to come back. I have to run out of that. I might die here. Let's get out of that. Okay, they're all dead. Okay. Where's the rest of them? Dude, this place is awesome for farming. How'd I not die? You just don't die. They just all respawned. Huh. You had 1 HP left? Yeah, I know that. I knew that I'd hit 0 HP, and I'd proc my buff, and I timed my potion to occur inside of my death save window, so I could maximize the amount of effective health that I had. Dude, why don't people just like farm these for weapon levels? That's crazy. I don't know if I could. Too much effort? Bro, there's no way. I bet I could probably kill these. Actually, I don't know. How many items do I have in my inventory if I die? Ah, not that many. It'll be fine. Okay, they're all right there. Oh my god! Okay, let me kill this guy. Oh fuck, my server's gonna go down in 5 minutes anyway. Alright, let me do this quick. Okay. So I run in, I just kill them. They're all right there. Yeah, I think they're gonna get me here. How many more do we have? It's a pretty good amount. I don't have my death save up. I can't kill these guys. Dude, this is insane for farming. What the fuck? This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Show map, it's right here. And they just insta respawn too. Okay, I've got time for one more attempt. Okay, here we go. Fuck. So there is a ceiling on that. I wasn't sure if there was or not. I think they're gonna get me here. Yeah, they're gonna get me. I killed a lot of them. It's having to run in the water that gets me. Might be able to do it with a hammer. Apparently there's a ceiling on this. There's got to be a ceiling on it because, like, if there isn't, I would have been hitting each one of them for like 500% damage. Just stunned all day. Yeah, but you have this buff with hatchet, so you're good. Periphery AoE farming? Yeah, it's insane, man. Oh, all my shit's broken. Repair all. 167 repair parts. Fuck. Wait, what's this? Dexterity, focus. Who cares about this trash? Require Brute Siren getting fixes patch? I have no idea. No, on the plus side, I did actually finish the quest though. I'm probably gonna get DC'd at any time.
Good to see you back in one piece. Of course, necessary as it might have been, killing the dryads in Fish's glory will be an offense to the angry earth.
Alright. During a reset? I have no idea. Let's see, what's this buff here? See if I can look at this before it gets taken off. Journeyman's Treads. $11 PST. Yeah, it should be right now. Yeah, let's see. It's 10:01. Oh, so I've got a whole... Wait, what? I was like, wait, what are people talking? People are mad about... Are they mad about me? I don't even understand. We got an hour? Oh, okay. I thought it was about to be over. Yeah, I'll go see how many people are doing the Reekwater thing. Might as well. I'm considering just doing the MSQ to catch up. I don't know. Like, I just don't worry about it. Like, people keep constantly like asking me about like what's gonna happen with like the Final Fantasy stuff. Like, what am I doing? Like, when am I gonna like I don't have an answer. I was gonna boot me off also, but Olympus is still up. Yeah, I'm still in. Still gaming. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I one thing that's been very, you want the Final Fantasy 14 bet? Well, I can't. I'm not doing that bet anymore. Yeah, that's done, finished, over with. The viewers were like really weird about it, and they turned it into being like, I don't, it's hard for me to even describe like what it was like, but people were really weird about like that bet thing that I did. Actually, why don't I just go back here? Can people just trade me shit so I can level up my profession? Yeah, let's just do that. So yeah, I just was weird about it. 1% on Reddit. Why hype's focusing on it? It was a lot more than 1% of people, and it was enough for it to make me uncomfortable. So I decided to stop doing it because I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, it's just that simple to me. Like, basically, I said that if I didn't clear an ultimate before Endwalker, that I'd gift, like, was it like 10,000 subs or something like that? And, then, like, the viewers got, like, really weird about it, and they were, like, whenever I would be streaming, they would be spamming for me to go play Final Fantasy right now, or you're gonna have to gift the 10,000 subs, and it put a lot of... It made my viewers really weird about the way that I streamed, and it made me not enjoy streaming, so I just stopped it. That was it. Yeah, it took the fun out of it, and so I just stopped it. Super weird vibes. Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. Which is probably my fault, right? I should be able to expect things like that, but it caught me off guard. Yeah, if anybody has any tailoring resources, trade me. I'm sitting here chilling. Talk big, can't deliver in the end. Point still Sanzo, don't brag if you can't deliver. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Like, to me, I just want to make an entertaining stream. It doesn't really matter to me about like delivering or making a bet or integrity or anything like that. Like, the streams that I do are just for entertainment, and they always have just been for entertainment. So if people take them farther and make it something more than that, that's not really my problem. You said it though? Yeah, well, I also said that I wasn't going to do it, so it kind of cancels it out. Yeah, that was really about it. Yeah, I make the rules. Exactly. If anybody else has any of the stuff, let me know. I think I'm going to change my hair color whenever they add a barbershop or something. Yeah, I make the rules, and that's all there is to it. Triggered a lot of people by constantly saying stuff like it's easy. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, the thing is, like, if I triggered somebody by that, I think that they're dumb. Like I feel like a lot of people that are watchers of the stream and everything, like they get that like we're just joking around having a good time, but there's some people that take it super seriously and they like take everything I say literally, and I that's not really my problem. Most are first time viewers at that point. Yeah, but I think like tone of voice and everything like that does matter. Well, nobody's trading me any stuff. This sucks. Yeah, this is awful, man. Sounded serious. Oh, I was taking it. Like, I was 100% serious about doing it, but whenever I saw that it was deteriorating the quality of my streams, I stopped doing it. Like, I thought it was like a negative towards my streams, so I just stopped it. That was it. It's fibers, yeah. They're reverting chest changes. That's good. I think that the chests probably give a little bit too many in like Shattered Mountain and stuff, but I don't really think that's a big deal. It's better to have too many than too few. I just spent 7,000 gold on refining stuff. Yep. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you get got. Just play what you want. Yeah, that's the thing is like I don't really ever worry about like if people getting upset about anything. Like I don't care if people get mad about me doing or not doing something. I only really care if the content is good, and if the content is good for the stream and the vibes are good, people are going to watch the stream, and that's all I really care about. Everything else is all just doesn't matter to me at all. Money's all that matters? The money does matter, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, streaming is my job. That's true. And for every streamer, that's the way it is. Like, of course. But there's also, like, a certain amount of, like, fulfillment that you get out of having a good stream and just enjoying your time while you're doing it. It's like you're not, like, smart or introspective or anything for recognizing that streamers do things for money and want to have good streams so they can be successful. Like that's kind of pretty low-hanging fruit, you know. I think it's kind of obvious. Channel doesn't generate profit. No, I don't get any money from this channel. I just do it because I want to. Is often correlated with entertainment quality. That's true too, right? If you're having entertaining streams, there's a good chance that you're probably gonna have more people watching. Have more people watching, there's a good chance you'll probably make more money. It's pretty simple. Builds up your brand, which indirectly gets you more money. The alt stream? I would actually argue against that. Yeah, I don't really think that's true. Helps the brand a little bit? I disagree. There's been a lot of people who have suggested for me not to do alt streams because it lowers the excitement of like my main streams. And there's actually been people that have said that, oh, well, your alt streams are not good for your main channel because then people just watch your alt channel instead of your main channel. So I've heard the opposite as well. About using alt streams as an income directly for OTK. No, I think that it's a bad idea because it's like a company and we have employees and there's like other things. Like I don't want to do something exclusively just to generate income for the company. I think the company should be that's like a burden that everybody should do. In a way, like it's a good way to look at it, but at the same time, it's not really, I think, sustainable to do that. Character management is chill and real. I hate to break it to you, but there's not really much of a character that I play on my stream other than me talking louder and like trying to keep the stream like. The only difference with this stream, it's not that I'm a different person, it's just that I don't really care what the content of the stream is. Like, that's why I played New World, a game that a lot of my viewers fucking hate, non-stop for 6 hours a day, every single day. You don't overreact? No, it's not overreacting. What I'm saying is like making content that's specific more for an audience. That's the difference. Whereas like usually like on this channel I just turn on the stream and just do whatever I want. Like the goal was not to, like obviously I want people to tune in and hang out, but I usually just like doing these streams whenever I'm bored to talk to viewers and just to hang out. That's pretty much the only value that I get out of it. It's a personal thing. You happy with the way OTK is going? Yeah, I think things are going really well. Yeah, the truth is, like, anybody that knows me, like, personally or in real life, like, knows that I'm, like, just an extremely introverted, laid-back person. That's really it. I'm very laid-back. I'm, like, really easygoing, like, easy to get along with. Everything like that. So, I think to a certain degree, like my, do you not still like PvP? I think I will do more PvP. Yeah, at a certain point I'll do more PvP. I just haven't really wanted to because I've just been enjoying playing the game and relaxing. I've watched a lot of PvP videos though. Your best streaming content? The WoW stream? Oh yeah, yeah, I love doing the transmog comps and everything, and I'll do more of those in Final Fantasy in the future. 65 corruptions will drop dungeon keys for Genesis and Lazarus. It won't drop the dungeon keys, but it will drop resources that you use to make the dungeon keys. That's my understanding. Do you think you should have done the interview, possibly take a spot from someone who loves the game and playing for a long time? No, I don't think so at all. I think that a lot of the other people who got interviews with like Yoshi P and everything, I think that as somebody who's been a lifelong gamer, I think that I have a lot of credibility in terms of like making content that's like critical of gaming and just games in general. So to say that I took a spot from somebody else is not really, I think, fair, because there's a number of other reasons too. Like, so you look at like for the media tour, like it's called the media tour. Their goal with the media tour, one big goal was to put that media in front of as many people as possible. So that's why they were doing interviews with people that are just from like random websites, and some of these people have never even finished Heaven's Ward maybe, but they're interviewing the developers and people like that because it's their job to spread that information and to communicate that to the public. So I don't think that it's a it's an either or situation. Shouldn't be the president? No. But like, for example, you remember back in, when was this? Warlords of Draenor, where they brought Conan O'Brien and the devs sat him down and like, you know, wanted him to play WoW, and they were showing him things about WoW, etc. It's kind of the same, like the essence of the same thing, where you bring on somebody who's like well known and they have a large platform, and you show them your product, and it helps both of you. It gives him content for his show, and it gave Warcraft promotion. So I think in a much lesser extent, it's the same thing with inviting different publications to media events. I didn't even cast it AWC. Yeah, that's really cool. I think also, I've also played the game, Final Fantasy, for hundreds of hours. So it's not like I'm like a random nobody or something like that either. Trying far? Alright, we'll go get it. US Army is playing a huge experiment with robot tanks, simulating battle 22-2, future war. Yeah, of course it's going to be automated and robotic. Like, you got to remember that, like, whenever a soldier gets killed in war, it costs the army a lot of money. Like, they've got to pay the family a bunch of fucking money. They've got to put their kids through college sometimes. It's a lot of money that it costs whenever somebody gets killed in war. So it's just better for the government monetarily for people to not get killed. Yeah, 400k life insurance. Yeah, it's millions of dollars that they lose whenever somebody gets popped off. So it makes sense that they're going to want to invest in something that they don't have to pay that much for whenever it goes wrong. It kind of makes sense. General prediction of future of war in Metal Gear. I mean, I think it's a... I think anybody could have seen this coming. There's probably a way to scare for the soldier. Scary why? Oh shit. Yo, let me, oh my god, okay, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, alright, I've gotta, let me go back. I literally can't hold all this. Let me go back to town. Okay, give me a minute. Yeah, I can't hold this. Yeah, let's go back to town. If they're investing in something that would limit the cost, then it might make soldiers think they care less about losing them, less liability. It's the opposite. They're investing like billions of dollars into not losing soldiers by replacing them with automation. So yeah, it's the exact opposite in my opinion. Ooh. All right. Let me see if I can pull up that video.
Welcome to the upper echelon YouTube.
Here we go. So this is it, right? Okay, let's take a look at it. Everyone not a marauder hates you on the server. Well, that's because they think that it's my fault that they're outnumbered massively as like Covenant and Syndicate. And it's because I play on the server. And I imbalanced it by being there. Even though I've never been in a single war. I've never done anything. Is it not? I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay. I'm back.
New World is an absolute disaster, and it's getting worse every single day. Whether you put a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it means nothing because engagement does the exact same thing, no matter what type it is. So thanks for that. This video is going to be completely one-sided and very critical. I'll be talking about the largest problems with New World because there are too many of them right now, and they are far too massive to be ignored. Some of these problems are well known, some aren't. Some have top voted Reddit posts and some don't. Some of them will get fixed and some ignored, but ultimately this will be half catharsis and half awareness campaign, if you will, because I'm at the end of my rope with this game. Having waited for it patiently through multiple delays, tested and submitted as much feedback as I possibly could during pre-release phases, most of which was obviously either ignored or not prioritized and got lost in the crowd, and rallied a community behind the title for the sake of social gameplay, I find myself using the channel for something less common but much more inflammatory, which is, simply put, me venting about something that I care for that is utterly and completely fucked right now. New World is a botched game. Will it stay that way? I have absolutely no idea, but what it is right now is a failed product and a horrible experience. This might seem completely out of touch when compared to how many other creators are discussing the title right now, and it might even seem like a sharp turn from my own thoughts on the game during preview phases, and even...
I think a lot of people are starting to realize the cracks in the design. I feel like there are a lot of people that are seeing that now. Yeah, exactly. Because opinions were ignored. Well, we'll see what the opinions are, and we'll see if they're wrong or not.
Closed beta, and it might seem that way because in essence it's kind of true. This game, as I discussed in my official review, which is up on the channel by the way, has two distinct faces, but I wasn't even aware at that point in time while I made that review just how bad it really was. On the one hand, there's a great experience that will probably last 100 or more hours if the game clicks for you, and you can have it for no monthly fee whatsoever and a simple $40 box price. That's
And that's a good thing about New World, right? Is like, I do think that you probably get your money's worth with the game. However, it could just be a lot better.
good deal if you get even, I don't know, 80 hours of fun, because pound for pound, the earlier parts of this game and the progression up until
It's good.
maybe a little over halfway through various different crafting professions and basic level 60 content,
Not too bad.
pound for pound, it's very fun. But I'm not here to talk about the fun parts and try to soothe the honeymoon phase doe-eyed casuals who still haven't made it past level 20. You are probably the most important demographic in gaming right now, and that level of self-discipline will actually help your overall experience in this game by slowing down the ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
But when that thing goes off, you
They're
will
not gonna
realize that this
know.
game is falling off a cliff and was completely unfit to be released. Let's start with what was a problem and still is before moving to the new
Okay.
and exponentially worse things that have started to crop up. For starters, the drop rates are completely botched. This has been an issue since long before release day, and it wasn't changed. Drop rates for certain rare resources that are needed in many different crafting recipes either have a misplaced...
This is true. This is actually a pretty big problem, like things like Fey Iron and other types of like rare resources that are obtained from lower tier mines and lower tier gathering nodes are extremely rare, and because they're extremely rare, they have relatively no value, because there's almost nothing that you can make with them that's unique enough to make that item have value. So it's just like these weird wasted resources. Fey Iron is so easy to find. Well, yeah, probably if you're mining 200, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Petrified wood, supposed to use luck, increasing things. Fey Iron was made easier last week. Yeah, there's that. And economy's totally busted. But yeah, there are a lot of resources in the game that are like tier 3, tier 4, and tier 2 resources too that are quite hard to find, and they don't really have a place in the game.
decimal point, or they're sadistic. There are specific resources that simply don't show up on the global market, can be farmed for dozens of hours without getting a single one at all, and that's perfectly fine if scarcity is the actual goal, but these are tier 3 and tier 4 resources, while the tier 5 versions, hypothetically even more rare, or should be, are dropping at a frequency that is orders of magnitude greater, thereby totally undermining the entire economic curve of certain professions. Want to craft tier 4 legendary items? You probably just can't do it. Not because you aren't skilled enough, not because you don't know where to look for those components, but because those components just don't exist on your server. I've heard rumors that some of these items are starting to drop, that people have 1 or 2 here and there, but when recipes require 5, 10, even 20 of those items, and you only see 1 on the entire server every few days, that's a broken system. And
that only really works whenever you look at items that are like best in slot, like super omega best in slot, because if something isn't best in slot, you're just going to out level it. So why would you sit around and wait to craft something that's like super powerful at level 47 whenever you could just level to 55